Hey groupies, what's up? PD here, and welcome back to another episode of Weekly Therapy. Update. I took a break from Weekly Therapy last week because I just was not in the mood to make videos because I was in a very dark place. I was in a very bad headspace, but I'm better now. But who knows how long that will last. But I've got some updates for you guys. So, I've been having this fucking issue with my camera, right? My camera, I submitted it for repair on November 19th. And I kept calling every once a week. Just they're like, oh, it'll be ready next week. Finally, I called and they were like, yeah, it'll be ready tomorrow. And I was like, are they serious? And I called the next day. It was fucking ready. They were like, yeah, you can come pick it up. And I was like, but I also don't want to risk having it shipped to me because the repair store is in California, and I actually dropped it off when I was visiting for the Day 6 concert. Because my worry for the shipping is that if they ship it back to me, how long is it going to take? Some bullshit postal worker might break it or lose it. I don't know. But I've been working with a friend of mine, Ruby, and she helped me build this wall, which is fucking awesome, right? And this is not the finished set. This is just like step one, literally. But she's been helping me build this set, but turns out she's a huge comic book nerd, and I'm a huge comic book nerd. And there was this big DC crossover event on TV recently called Elseworlds, and I was just talking about it, and it turns out she's never seen any of the comic book shows. So I was like, let's start a TV reaction channel. And so we're going to be doing that. We're going to be starting a TV reaction channel probably in January. And yeah, it's something I've actually really wanted to do for a really long time. It's completely different from the K-pop hemisphere, and I'm going to keep it separate from the K-pop hemisphere just because I know there's not a lot of crossover between those two realms. But because of that, you know, I was having this worry because my camera that's out for repair, it is an expensive camera and it's meant for like big productions, and I was using it as like a fucking webcam, and it's just like I shouldn't be doing that with a camera that expensive. And if there's any other sort of issue in the future and I have to submit it for repair, I can't go this long without videos. I haven't made videos consistently. Well, I haven't made videos consistently in like 4 or 5 months, but I really haven't been able to make any videos for 2 months now, and it's been a fucking nightmare. I've been stressing out every single day. As you may have seen, for the past few weeks, I've been using a shitty webcam. The quality is atrocious. And so, you know, we talked about it, and I thought, well, I really want a backup camera. I've always wanted a backup camera, but it's so expensive, and I can't just go for something that's cheap, because if I'm going to drop money on a camera, you know, it'd be a waste of money if it's not something that we're just going to keep around for a really long time and it's really high quality. So we actually went halvesies on a camera. I went halvesies on this camera that we're shooting on right now. It is the Canon EOS R, and it is beautiful. It is the new mirrorless camera from Canon. So I didn't have the money to purchase it, and she was like, I could pay for half of it, because if we're doing that channel together, you know, it's like we're equal partners. So yeah, we're shooting on like this camera temporarily until my production camera comes back. So I am now ready to get back into releasing videos on a consistent basis again. So I'm happy about that. So a little update on everything. And Saturday is the Christmas party. I will update you guys on any craziness that happens. But yeah, also I might have, and this is an exclusive for patrons, I might have a pretty big year next year. I might be building a team. I can't be too sure, you know, a lot of things are up in the air, but I might have an editor on my team finally. And they might be moving in. And so you might get a lot of office sort of content, you know, it's like a lot more frequent podcasts. We would definitely have more videos pumping out because their whole job would be editing. So it might just be a lot of content from 2019 going forward. So I'll keep you guys up to date on that, because that person who's interested in being an editor, they live in another country, and we've been talking for like a week, and they said they just bought their plane ticket today, and so who knows? Is it real? Is it not? We'll see, you know. But if this person is seriously crazy enough to move to another country to be my editor, this is someone I want to keep around for a really long time on my team. Anyways, let's take your questions. All right, so I got some questions from you guys. First of all, this question is from Piper Clark. Piper Clark just says, CLC and Priston situation. It's not really a question. Oh, wait, hold on. Emily Moritz has a similar question, so I guess it's, similar to this. Do you have any thoughts regarding the situation Priston and CLC and probably many other groups are facing, where their company is delaying comebacks for such an extended period of time? And especially in Priston's case, the whole mess Kyla has been forced to go through. What do you think should be done? What I think should be done, I don't really know. The issue is that businesses are complex. I don't know what the reason is between CLC not getting a comeback since Black Dress earlier this spring, whereas B2B has had plenty of comebacks. Mind you, I'm not blaming B2B. I think B2B is incredible, and I'm so glad that they've had so many comebacks. But I would also like to have Priston to have all these comebacks. And, I don't know what the issue is. Is it resources, lack of money, or perhaps it's because CLC's last comeback didn't get as much money as they wanted, and so now they're a little bit scared of launching another comeback. I don't know what the issue is, but I do think that CLC should have a comeback, and I can't really talk about Priston because I know some stuff behind the scenes, and it wouldn't be my place to talk about it. Liza asks, how do you feel about Jonghyun's death anniversary? Oh my god, just like all the heavy hitting questions, huh? That's sad. I was in a really dark place last year, and Jonghyun's death really didn't help. Trying not to dwell on it too much. It's exactly his anniversary today that I'm filming this, and it's unfortunate, but I think it raises a big issue I've been talking about recently on my streams about treating celebrities like they're not celebrities. They're human. No matter how good looking they are, no matter how talented they are, no matter how rich they may be, everyone suffers from depression. Everyone is going through a tough time, and I think we just have to stop being so cruel to each other, and maybe someday when we can start to love each other more, things will get better. But I'm not saying this happened to Jonghyun, but maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But I'm looking at the landscape right now with Pete Davidson and Kanye West. It's like Kanye West, dude is crazy. He is like all about Trump and all that, and he's a little bit lost his way, but he tweeted something where he was like, you're all gonna miss me when I'm gone, and he's genuinely open about being mentally ill. And he's going about it in a flawed way. Now he thinks he's like the minister for the mental health, or those who have mental health issues, and that's not right. But he's still a human being, and people are dragging him and making fun of him. And I don't know, when someone is open like that about their mental health issues, and you make fun of them for it, it's not. And Pete Davidson is going through some tough fucking shit right now. I feel so bad for Ariana Grande, because I feel like she might feel guilty, because her fans are just saying such cruel things to him, even though she's begging them not to, telling him to kill himself, and it's just, I worry about the state of our youth. But yeah, I mean, Chonghyun's anniversary just makes me think we have so far to go as a society still. Lilo X Ravensdale. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. If you were to pick 3 of your favorite K-pop music videos of all time, K-pop or not? Oh, not favorite K-pop music videos, or just favorite music videos of all time. K-pop or not? What would they be? I'm really curious. I've got to think about it really. Man. I think Day 6's Stop the Rain is up there. Day 6's Stop the Rain is pretty goddamn awesome. Is there anything American? Honestly, B2B's Beautiful Pain recently was quite amazing. You know, here's the thing about music videos. Most music videos are kind of all the same thing, and so rarely do they actually push the envelope. So it's actually really hard for me to think about it. So of all time, I don't know. But off the top of my head, I can tell you definitely one of my top favorites are Stop the Rain by Day 6, Beautiful Pain by B2B, and Bad Boy by Red Velvet, because Bad Boy is a fucking classic. All right, next up, Cindy Tiet says, welcome back. I'm not sure if you have mentioned this before, but if you had to choose, who's your favorite female/male rapper? I get this a lot. If that's too difficult, maybe top 3 and why so. Thank you. Okay, top 3 male rappers. Is it just idol or idol rapper? Ooh, okay, so Sick K doesn't count, because I would say Sick K, but I would say Bobby from iKON, Jackson from GOT7, and Suga from BTS. Top 3 favorite male rappers. And why so? Oh, Suga is just... Suga, I think... The way, like, he sort of, like, whisper raps, almost, is just, like... It speaks to me on, like, a level that I can't explain. It's a little bit, like, spiritual. And he's definitely fast. I love speed rappers. That's a very big thing for me. But, Jackson, I like because of his voice, his tone. Very deep. And Bobby, I think Bobby has a very unique voice as well. But Bobby's rapping style is, I think, the most unique rapping style of all time. And when Bobby raps, it feels less like he's rapping and more like he's telling a story. And I love Bobby as a rapper. Female. Honestly, my favorite female rappers are Kisum and Hayes, but they're not idols. And really, I don't think I have favorite female idol rappers. I think when it comes to idol rappers, the female idol rapper scene, nobody really impresses me. Maybe Jimin from AOA, because I really, really love her flow and her voice. It's very mousy, but I actually really like that. But besides Jimin from AOA, I don't know. Hyuna, okay, Hyuna, definitely. But Hyuna barely raps, and that kind of annoys me. I wish Hyuna would rap a lot more. And, Chunjian. Chunjian? That's not right. I'm forgetting her name. Jiyeon from 4 Minute. I loved her rapping style as well. Okay. Annie Yen asks, I remember back when Smink changed their streaming requirements from 100 to 400 viewers that you were thinking of not re-upping your contract after this period. Has that changed since then, seeing as how you've managed to hit your monthly quotas thus far? Also, since the whole Cube/Hyuna Edon mess has finally resolved, more or less, will you still be checking out Pentagon releases? Why am I messing up words? Going forward, or any other Cube groups? I've actually been thinking about this a lot recently, and my contract with Sming, I think, is ending in December. And so if they offer me a renewal in January, depending on the requirements, if it's not too crazy, yes, I will accept it. And as I said in the beginning of the video, I'm starting to build a team. So my hope is that with this editor coming in, if they come, it's going to be in February. So I do still have to go through January without an editor. But if I can build this team, and if I can really push my Patreon, and like my Patreon is okay, but you know, if I have an editor and we're constantly churning out content on Patreon and we're constantly churning out content on YouTube, you know, even if the requirements for Sming weren't bad, I would still quit Sming and do YouTube full time. If Patreon could support it. Right now, Patreon is at a place where it barely can support me. So that's why I have to do Sming. And then I have to pay this editor as well. So I'm probably going to up my contract with Sming. It's usually 3-month periods, one more time. And hopefully within those 3 months, me and this editor can work really hard to get to the point where our Patreon is just popping and it can support the both of us. There was another one. And yes, I will check out more Pentagon releases in the future now that it's just all settled with. Victoria Lynn Myers asks, what did you think of Amber Liu's recent release, Countdown? Also, what are your thoughts? Countdown was awesome. What are your thoughts on FX and how they were handled as a group by SM? I unfortunately got into FX after this long hiatus they've been going through. Their music is awesome. And I think it's a fucking shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck SM is trying to do. They won't let Amber go, but they also won't do anything with FX. It's really annoying. Wagzag asks, what are your expectations from LOONA moving forward? How do you think they've been living up to their pre-debut era hype? And what criticism do you have, if any? I don't think LOONA is living up to their hype, just in the sense that, I don't know, it's really weird because you had a LOONA release every single month. So the hype was consistent. They debuted, and now they're like, you don't kind of like hear anything. Like, you know, there's not like that fervor there was every month. So it's definitely cooled down. I don't know. Saying they don't live up to the hype is maybe wrong wording because it's a different issue because they were having a debut every single month, right? I just think that I wouldn't say they're not living up to their hype, but I wouldn't say they are living up to their hype because we don't know yet. A debut is not enough, you know, because LOONA, they're still rookies technically. And they've just barely started their career. It is impossible to judge until we get at least 2 comebacks to see if they've lived up to their hype. What are your expectations from LOONA moving forward? I want them to do some very powerful pop tracks, like Odd Eye Circle stuff. I would love to see the whole group do it. Because Hi Hi was like very, very light. And it was very, very girl group pop, which is, I thought, as I predicted, that would have been the debut song to go with. And it was a good choice. But I would love to see them broaden their range for the entire group. From Briante, going to any concerts next year or anyone you would really like to see in concert? I have no concerts planned for next year. I really wanted to see Red Velvet in concert, and I'm so pissed off. All the tickets were sold out. And I missed out, and I'm really depressed. And lastly, from Nigel's, welcome back. What are your thoughts on the Mama results this year, and why will 2019 PD be the best YouTuber out there? Ooh. Glad that's a question I saved for last. I don't know any of the Mama results. I don't care about award shows. It's like I don't care about the Grammys. I don't care about the Oscars. I don't care about the Golden Globes or whatever. I don't care about award shows. I just don't. And so I have no idea what the Mama results are. And why will 29PD be the best YouTuber? because I'm hoping to build a team, and we're going to be churning out constant content. And I'm hoping with 2019, all I do is film the reactions, and I don't even touch editing the reactions. And with all that free time, I can start working on more scripts, and I can shoot more productions. It is impossible at this point to juggle streaming, trying to produce short films, and do this K-pop reaction stuff. I need a team. So yeah, if I can get this team rolling, big things coming for 2019. All right, guys, that's it for this week's Weekly Therapy. Thank you for your questions once again, and I'll see you next week. Bye.